What's going on, guys? JSGC here, back again with another daily Manchester City transfer update, where today we're going to be speaking, of course, about the latest ins, outs and contract news involving Manchester City, and we've got a big development on Rico Lewis. So before I do crack on with today's update, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, then do subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. Also, don't forget, social media links are in the description if you want to go and follow me on my X, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries. Do leave a thumbs up, 300 likes is the aim, and get your thoughts in the comments below. So we're going to shake things up. We're going to start off with the ins, and we've got the very latest on Djed Spence, who's very much now off the market when it comes to Manchester City signing a potential fullback this summer. And Djed Spence has today signed a new long-term contract with Tottenham Hotspur. We've been speaking all summer about Man City maybe wanting to target a right-back, and if they are going to look to bring a right-back in, it'd be much easier for City to be targeting a homegrown fullback rather than a non-homegrown fullback. And it kind of took our options down to really just Tino Livramento and Djed Spence. Well, Djed Spence now is off the market, and Newcastle United are working to try and get Tino Livramento, the other player that City have been heavily linked with this summer when it comes to a fullback, onto a new contract. And if he ends up signing that, then tells me that City aren't going to be bringing in a right back in this summer transfer window, which right now I'm not expecting City to be addressing that position, unless of course maybe we get some movement on Rico Lewis. Now moving on to the out, we've got the very latest on Claudio Echeverri, and Florian Plettenberg over in Germany has said that Borussia Dortmund have sent Manchester City a loan bid which includes an option to buy. And I suspect, just like with AS Roma, they wanted to have a purchase option included on their loan transfer, which Manchester City did reject. Now that offer was worth just over £28 million from AS Roma, with Man City having a buyback clause worth just over £34 million. City said no, that was an obligation to buy. It's thought that Borussia Dortmund want to put in an option to buy. I'm still waiting for the numbers of this transfer to come out, but because City have already said no to one club offering us a pretty good deal with a purchase option, I imagine City will say no to Borussia Dortmund as well. If Dortmund want to loan Claudio Echeverri, then it's going to have to be the option of a straight loan only, which of course AS Roma, we were reported on the other day, have already now offered to Man City. We're waiting on feedback on what City are going to say to that, and also City wanting to send Claudio Echeverri to Girona in La Liga to see how he gets on. So we'll see what does happen, and the loan saga with Claudio Echeverri very much continuing. Now the final transfer I want to speak about is a big update on Rico Lewis, who has put some clarity on his own future. So after the Wolves v Man City game, Rico Lewis spoke to the Manchester Evening News and he said some quotes which I found interesting. So to summarise these quotes, he said that City get the best out of himself and he does so well with loads of quality players around him. He said that he loves being at Manchester City and he doesn't see himself playing for any other club other than City. Rico has said that he wants regular minutes and regular starts at City and says that he will be given his opportunity, and if he doesn't take them opportunities, then he's going to have to work harder to be getting more opportunities for him to be able to nail down becoming a regular starter at the club. He said that he knows what it takes to be here, he knows what it takes to be successful here as well, and this is words coming out of Rico Lewis's own mouth here, of him basically saying that he wants to stay and fight for his place at Man City, which I think has always been the stance that's been clear from Rico Lewis. And despite some rumours coming in the other day about Rico Lewis contemplating a move to Nottingham Forest, I think he's very settled at Man City. He knows what it takes to be successful here, and he wants to try his best to make that happen. So for me, I'd like all speculation ending here. Man City have offered Rico Lewis a new long-term contract, so end the speculation, sign the new contract and reject that move to Nottingham Forest, where Nottingham Forest were willing to pay up to £30 million for Rico Lewis. And even Pep Guardiola has confirmed in his second post-Wolves press conference that he spoke to Rico Lewis yesterday, and Rico Lewis has told him that he wants to stay. Pep has said that he thinks that Rico Lewis is going to stay, but he does also go on to say that in the summer transfer window things can change very quickly and things can happen, so it's not 100% guaranteed that Rico Lewis is going to stay. It's up to Rico Lewis to put clarity onto his own future, and as I said here, Rico Lewis has got the perfect chance now to end all this speculation and sign this new contract. I do want to speculate because it's not based on facts, but I wouldn't rule out said information coming in from Rico Lewis's camp about some kind of offer coming in from Nottingham Forest. I'm not saying that information is incorrect. That probably has happened, but I feel like Rico Lewis and his camp are going to utilise this information to speed things up with Man City to get better terms for the player, and I think ultimately this is going to lead to what has happened pretty much with Djed Spence, and probably what's going to happen with Tino Livramento, and what's going to happen here with Rico Lewis, which is he's going to put pen to paper on a new long-term contract with him getting a better wage at the club as well. And if Rico Lewis can continue to match the performances that he's had over recent times, of course played very well I thought against Wolves away to start the Premier League on Saturday. He had a fantastic performance when we saw him in the FA Cup semi-final against Nottingham Forest, which is probably what's piqued Nottingham Forest's interest in Rico Lewis as well. You know, he is a high quality player there. It's just about finding that consistent level, and Rico Lewis for me, I'd probably give him a start against Tottenham Hotspur because he deserves to be starting that game because he played a very impressive game against Wolves away. So we'd see how he gets on against a very good Tottenham side who are completely rejuvenated under their new manager Thomas Frank. So we'll see how he gets on, and again we'll start to get our answers about quality, and you know, is Rico Lewis going to potentially be the real deal here for City, because Rico Lewis, a very versatile player, could end up saving Man City a lot of money in future transfer windows. And Rico Lewis now, as I said, if he wants to try and pursue that with City, then, you know, put the money where his mouth is, sign the new contract and end all this speculation and stay at Man City, which I'd be absolutely delighted with, because I want to see the very best homegrown players that we've got produced from our academy continuing to develop and continuing to put in impressive performances with Man City. There's nothing more frustrating than seeing the top produce from City's academy excelling at other clubs because we couldn't find a way to get these high quality players these regular minutes. And if you're good enough to be at Man City's academy, to be promoted from City's academy, to make it to the City first team, then you are a player that's got the credentials to be a high quality player, and Rico Lewis has got that. The coaches see it, Pep Guardiola sees it, so and we're just starting to see, I think, the very best out of Rico Lewis now. And I personally feel like right now, so it reminds me a lot of the Cole Palmer situation. Before Cole Palmer got his transfer to Chelsea, he was just starting to get them regular minutes, then regular starts with City, and he was developing really nicely. And it doesn't surprise me that he went to Chelsea and had a really good first season, because he had a lot of momentum coming in from the season that he'd had with Man City the season before, and also the start of the season when we decided to sell him. And it's the same with Rico Lewis. If Rico Lewis decided to leave Man City before transfer deadline day and went to Nottingham Forest, I imagine he'd just go to Forest, pick up where he left off, and he'd have a tremendous season. So I'm hoping that he's going to stay at City. It sounds like he's going to stay at City, so end the speculation, sign the new contract, and it closes that matter, and we can then move on to the obviously the big pressing issues of basically cutting the numbers in the squad so we can meet our registration quotas, and of course get them developments on Savinho and Edison about what's happening there and whether they're going to need to be replaced if they leave, of course. And City going to need to eye up a new goalkeeper if Edison goes, linked with a move to Galatasaray, and Savinho linked with a move to Spurs. May need a new attacker as well, with Donnarumma, the PSG goalkeeper, linked with a move to City, and Rodrigo from Real Madrid linked with a move to City to replace Savinho. So that's pretty much what we're looking at here as we head into last 2 weeks or so of the summer transfer window. Remember, I'm going to keep you guys up to date every single step of the way with all the latest City transfer news here on YouTube. So if you haven't already, do subscribe to my channel. Also, don't forget social media links there in the description if you want to go and follow me on my X, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up on today's video. We're aiming for 300 likes, and do get your thoughts as well in the comments below, and I'll see you religiously tomorrow for the next daily Manchester City transfer update. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.